My props. You've missed me, I know you have, so I brought extra props today. This is actually my altar on the office. First of all, I'd like to ask, how many here are vets? I want to personally thank you and bow to you for fighting the outer battle so I could have the freedom to fight the inner battle with my own self. Thank you for providing me with that freedom to have that happen. I bow to each of you. Thank you. Maureen and I recently saw the movie Avatar. How many have seen the movie Avatar? Everybody kept saying, you've got to see the movie, you've got to see the movie, you've got to see the movie. And we finally saw it on this widescreen TV set in Karen's house downstairs in the basement in Seattle. And it's a pretty amazing, phenomenal movie. But there's a lot of violence in the movie. And Maureen and I just don't do violence a lot. We don't watch a lot of violent movies. We deliberately just don't want to get used to that. Even though the message is there, you can find it. It just sometimes plowing through all the violence just doesn't work for me. But that particular movie, it did work for me. And what we got when we talked about it was that there's a great call that's happening on Earth right now. We all know that there's something really wrong with the way things are right now.
Yes, indeed.
We are out of balance with our Earth Mother. We all know that. We have the definite proof in what's going on now, all around us, that we need to change our way of being on the planet. We need to be more in harmony with the things that support us and love us. We need to give our love back to our planet. Again, we need to become in integrity with what's true from the deepest level of being. And when I watched that movie, I felt that that was that call. It was the call for a kind of sanity to happen, that we have gotten insane with how we've chosen to live and how crazy and out of control our greed and our lust for money and short-term goals and gains have gotten out of balance. When that huge tree falls down in the forest, there's a part of everyone's heart that breaks with what's wrong with this picture. Even those who are part of shooting the tree down, you see them standing in their weaponry and going, there is something really going on that's wrong here. This is not right. And so when we look at what's going on outwardly in the world, we see an inward picture of what's going on inwardly in us. And the part of the movie that isn't true for me, not at the big T truth level, is that what this means is there'll be good guys and bad guys. And we'll have the bad guys and we'll kill the bad guys. And now everybody will be happy. And we'll send the bad guys away to some foreign planet somewhere, and somehow they'll be out of our hair, and now we win. That battle has been going on since the beginning of our personal history. That battle is not what's going to awaken this planet to who we truly are. That battle is the one we need to begin to look at and stop making good and bad and heaven and hell, and those who go here go to this religion and believe this holy word, fighting those who go to that religion and believe in that holy word. All of that's just not working. That's what needs to stop. And so when we do these inner teachings, we begin to engage those places in us where we're still doing battle and war within ourselves. So I have my favorite props here for you. All parts of me. When you do the deeper work, this is me. I am the Christ. I am the truth. I am the way. I point to my heart and pray every day that I am the way, I am the truth, I am the light, and so is everybody else. That's a part of me.
Yes.
There's also another part of me that's like the Buddha, the joyous one. This one's the happy Buddha, the joyous one. It's in joy, the middle way. And then there's a big part of me, is the Hulk, the incredible one, the one that wants to kick butt and take numbers. And this is a part of me as well, too. It's an important part of me. And I really can't ignore any parts of me. In fact, I'm not quite sure which ones I like more. On certain days, I love the hard part. On certain days, stand up now, Vulcan, be strong. You can do it. Maybe you need to sit down in the meditation posture. Here we go. Well, maybe it needs to be helped by the Buddha. Oh, look at that. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. Yeah, there it is. That's the teaching. See, you would have the second service. You get the benefit of the props not working. Here it is. All of those parts are pieces of me. They're inside of me. And in our teachings, we talk about there being an avatar, avatars who come at a particular time on Earth's history to help us awaken. That they come from, these beings come from the wellspring of love. And the word avatar literally means incarnation of God. And so in certain moments in time, from this wellspring of love that we talk about every Sunday here, there comes into thought, word, deed, habit, and current characterization a beings who are awake to who they truly are. They're here with enough of their own karmic slate clean to help us understand through their life and the model of their life how we can awaken that inner presence within us and bring peace on earth. But the truth is, all of us are meant to be mini avatars in our own life. And the only way that that's going to happen is if we do the inner work on ourselves. If I don't deal with that part or place in me, I'll just keep projecting what I'm projecting in myself onto others and creating the war and the craziness we see in the world. So our teachings remind us to keep coming back to the present moment. We call Jesus Christ our way shower in our tradition. We say He is the way, the truth, and the light that I can follow in and awaken to who I am as well. And through His life and through the model of His life and how He lived His life, I have a blueprint to awaken. So when we look at the Bible, there's some interesting quotes that are here about what that looks like for us. And the truth is, I don't know how these quotes got to stay in the Bible, because they so directly point us towards ourselves and the work we're doing inwardly that I don't know how they got to stay here, because there's no doubting what these Bible quotes are saying to us. The work is not outward, it's inward, dealing with the battle going on inside of ourselves. And in these Bible quotes, you'll get to see what's that all about for you and me as well. Here we go again. Here's Jesus, the Christ consciousness, talking from the wellspring of love as one of the many avatars that have come on the planet. Here's what He says. You have heard that it was said to those of ancient times. I love that line. You shall not kill, and whoever murders shall be liable to judgment. But I say unto you that even if you are angry with a brother or sister, you'll be liable to judgment. And if you insult a brother or sister, you will be liable to the council. And if you say, you fool, you will be liable to the hell of fire. So when you're offering your gift at the altar, if you remember that your brother or sister has something against you, leave your gift there before the altar and go and first be reconciled with your brother or sister, and then come and give your gift. Come to terms quickly with your accuser while you're on the way to court with him, or your accuser may hand you over to the judge, and the judge to the guard, and you will be thrown into prison. For what you refuse to look at in yourself and become imprisoned by and project on others becomes the very thing that imprisons you. This is about you and your own inner life. And if you didn't think that was enough to convince you, let's join Bible quote number 2. You have heard, I'm sorry I'm preaching, I love this stuff.
All right.
You have heard that it was said, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. But I say unto you, I am that I am. Do not resist one who is evil. But if anyone strikes you on the right cheek, you turn to him the other cheek. Because what you resist inside of yourself persists to show up outside of yourself.